Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back to Sendrith EQ on Sendrith. And I've been looking forward to recording this video for quite a while. And the reason for that is it was the goal I had in mind when I started the solo self-found cleric on red, P99 red. Was like, I need to show this camp. I thought I had found something so cool. Turns out it's, basically common knowledge, but well, where we're at is we're in the Feerrott, and we're killing Spectres. I just got home from work, so I've got let me see here. I got like 15 to 20 minutes before the kids come barging through the door. So this is probably going to be a short video, and I just want to like plug it in here and show you the grind. See, it was way more interesting on P99 Blue when I did it because A, I started at 39. Here I am at 41. B, I had like no gear. I think I had some remail armor, and maybe I think I had a necklace that did HP and mana, right? But I didn't have a huge mana pool. Like, this guy's got his wisdom up to 193 right now, so he's rocking on mana. I kill one of these guys, and I've still got 35%, 40% mana. So I'm using like 60% mana to kill one. But and also what I noticed, it seems like on Quarm, they do not resist undead nukes, and I've been playing with people in Unrest, different classes and whatnot, and they've said the same thing. They use them on reds. They're casting their undead nukes on like reds, and they're landing for full damage most, if not all, the time. And I haven't seen a single resist yet since I've been here. So that was not the case when I was on P99, level 39, level 40. You're getting resists every once in a while, and when you're at level 39 with that little mana pool I had, it was a game breaker. Like, if I got 2 resists, I basically had to root and camp because I didn't have enough mana to finish the mob. But here we've got Rubicite, we've got Mana Stone. We're not using those in combat though. I'm basically just using those between fights, And yeah. So I wanted to show you this grind though, because it's a great grind. You make good money with these scythes here. A regular scythe sells for about 11 plat. A bronze scythe sells for about 4 plat. So you just load up on them. Fortunately, on this server, we got the box of Abokar, and then of course I've got a bag of Evil Eye here, and I should be able to get another weight reduction bag. I wish I had been able to get a couple of those coins from the event. I would have made another, no weight bag here. As you can see, we're maxed out on weight, 73 out of 73. So we're getting ready to go back and sell. But with J boots, that was another thing. On P99 Blue, when I did this grind, I did not have J boots, so it was way more dangerous. When root broke, I would have to run and reroute, and I'd end up getting hit sometimes. Another cool thing on P99 Blue is that Velius was out, and Velius introduces an undead dot that you get at level 39 as a cleric. That was unresistible, so that was a cool. Oh, here I am giving you an example of how to do it without the J boots, unintentionally. Let's throw those on here. So this with the J boots, it's super simple. It's a root and nuke method. If root breaks, you just run away and reroute. You don't end up having to take any hits, so I'm not even bothering keeping up my Valor HP buff because it's just a waste of mana, in my opinion, because we're not getting hit at all. Luckily, we got number 1, which we usually do. Occasionally, it'll be camped, but usually we get number 1. And that one, oh, he resisted root that time. Interesting. That one's easy to stay away from. Let me turn on the map here. And let's go around him, even though the longer I fight, the more times I get life tapped. That's the... Oh, root broke again. Alright, well, let's head back towards your cave, my friend. Oh, we're gonna take a hit. Only one little one. Dang, this is going... The worst it's gone in a long time. With premature root breaks. And, yeah, me just screwing up. So yeah, after I started my Sendrith videos, the first videos I ever did was Sendrith soloing in lower Guck at like mid 40s ish, or like late 40s. I think like 48ish. Use our Expulse Undead. We got 3 different undead nukes up, just in case. I think the Dismiss Undead does like 9%. My big one My big one, Expel Undead, does like 15, 14, like 0.5%. Dismiss Undead does like 9%. And Expulse Undead, I'm not sure exactly how much it does, because I'm only using it when they're at like 1, 2, or 3%, and it's been killing them every time. So I haven't used it when it hasn't successfully eliminated the target yet. Let's hit the Mana Stone a couple times. And that's it. We're only getting about 1% per kill. I think every like 4th or 5th kill we get, it goes up 2%. So we're getting more than 1%, but it's still real slow. Real slow. But, you know, it's a nice dad camp grind, you know, like, mana's kind of low this time. It's down to 25%. I wasn't full when we started. So I'm pretty sure that by the time I'm getting close to full mana, number 1 will have spawned again. But if I'm at like, but then the next time I'll have to go kill number 2 after I kill number 1. Because if I'm at full mana and I kill him, I've still got 40% mana left. And if things went well, I've got a bunch of HP, so I hit the Mana Stone a few times before I sit to med. So that way I'm taking advantage of regenerating HP and mana, getting that Mana Stone usage. So then by the time I'm like almost full again, number 1 has not yet spawned. So I'll go into the cave and pull number 2, but it's basically the same grind because I'm pulling it out here. If this spot's camped, I like to go to number 5. I should make a video showcasing the different Spectre spawns here in the Feerrott. It's a great camp on this server as well as on P99 because even on P99 the respawn rate is I think 6 minutes and 40 seconds for all of them. There are 7 spawns, so it's just plentiful, and they're all single pulls. They're single engagement pulls. For those of you who don't know, Spectres do not social. So if you were worried, let's say, if you're like a low-level cleric, right, and you're a little worried, you're 39, you don't have a big mana pool, you keep up a Fear Undead, and you just hit them with the Fear and send them running while you recover or while you try to camp out or whatever you want to do. And they'll just run off, and none of their friends will care when they run by them. So that's cool. It's kind of like Kern's Tower in that sense. Great solo spot, not only because you can handle it and the XP is decent for solo cleric, I guess, right? It's only coming out to like, don't look at the numbers on the screen, it's only coming out to about 10% an hour. But you know, it's something. It's AFK safe. You know, there's nothing patrolling here that's going to kill you. None of these guys. There are patrols inside the caves. And the caves, I should at least show you where the caves are. See this tree over here? See, the one we just killed, he spawns right next to this big tree. He'll spawn like right there. And then next to this tree sticking out of the wall is a secret cave entrance. And then you can enter the cave. And there's number 2 right there. I can hit him with a nuke without him seeing me. And then you enter and you go right, and there's this like snaking cave. It's one cave that kind of curves around in a semicircle and goes all the way to the entrance of Plane of Fear. And to the left of it, there's offshoots. The first offshoot is number 3, and the second offshoot is a small little one. There's a couple of empty offshoots, but the second offshoot that has a mob in it is number 4. Number 5 is the third offshoot. Number 6 is a patrol that goes all the way up and down the entire thing. I don't know why it's not number 3. Because it goes as far to the entrance. It goes closer to the entrance than 3, but it's probably just because, I don't know, whoever made the numbers ran into him 6th instead of 3rd. I don't know. And then you got number 7, which is again another offshoot to the left. The central tunnel goes around in a semicircle to the furthest right. Let me zoom in my map so I can kind of, let me do that again, but zoomed in on the map here while we're meting up, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, look, it's kind of small for you. Maybe I should figure out a way to... Oh, and it's under my face. Oh, gosh. You can't see my map because it's under my face. Let me move my face just for this. Move it out of the way. And also just for this, let me... let's resize to just the map here. Oh, look at that. OBS Master. Okay, so right here we got, this is the entrance, right? And there's the little pocket where we saw number 2 right there. You go in and you see the cave that just wraps around the side there. Wow, it's lagging. Wraps around the side. That's the main vein, basically. So the first cave here off to the left, that's number 3. You go around, he's sitting right there. If you keep going, and remember you can run to the patrol at any point in time here, so be careful about that. Number 4 is in this very short alcove here. He's right there. And he's a tough one because if you got line of sight on him, he's got line of sight on you, and you're in aggro radius. So you gotta, if you want to pull off a nuke before he even engages you or something, you gotta calm him first. But you can kind of hug this wall right here and calm him around the corner if you have those low line spells. And then of course the tunnel goes around. Here's number 5. Number 5 is a great one to solo camp because it's isolated. You can see it's got a deep entrance, and the Spectre is all the way down at the end. And I kind of do the same thing I'm doing out here. So this is my other solo spot that I like because, you know, I can nuke him up here. He'll run down, and I'll root him. I can back up over here and nuke him again. And if root breaks, I can keep going back towards the main line. I got plenty of room. Or if root breaks, what I usually do is I let him come up, and I'm casting root as fast as I can. And then he hits me maybe once or twice, but I root him down here. And then I go to the other side of the cave and rinse, repeat. Hopefully I get lucky, and you know, I get to nuke him a few times in a row without root breaking, and I pull him off without getting hit too much. See, our Spectre's back up here, and we're at about 80% mana, so we're doing good here. And then, okay, let's go back to the main vein here. We're the same tunnel that you enter through. If you continue, this one is a dead end. And then this last one that's got this shape here, that's number 7 is up there. And then if you continue through, you end up going through the Plane of Fear entrance here. So let me properly size my window. Is there a way to do that? Oh gosh, I better pause while I figure this out. All right, I think I got it back to. Oh no, it's not back to normal yet. Hold on. All right, there we go. Got it back to normal. Okay, so let's do it again, and that'll probably call it for this session. Actually, hopefully we can get a better run out of here. So obviously, I'm opening up with an Expel Undead. At level 44, I get a new Undead nuke, which is really great, because we're doing way more damage per hit. And remember, every time you nuke them is a chance for them to have the root broken by the nuke. Not guaranteed, but it seems to be like 50-50-ish. See, that time we didn't break it. So the less nukes you have to do to take their HP pool down, the better. You know, the less you have to root, more mana you save, etc., etc. Faster you can kill, yada yada yada. Also, of course, the new nuke is just getting a little bit better damage to mana ratio, because that's what happens as you know, go further down your nuke line. You see, make progression. And furthermore, because it's doing more damage per cast, you kill him faster, so you don't have to take as many of these life taps you see me taking here. Another difference between Quarm and P99 is that these guys life tap at a faster rate. So it makes a lot more people avoid them that might have otherwise gone for him on P99. Oh, another cool thing about the Spectres, as you can see, they run when they're under 20%. There we go. See, we still got 40% mana, and we got a bunch of HP. So we are good to hit the Mana Stone a couple times. We're at 45 right now. If I were really min-maxing every moment, I would watch the server ticks right now, and I can time it pretty well, because practice from playing my wizard on the server, running and trying to get extra mana, because quadding takes a lot of mana, and a couple times I didn't have enough. So I'm really good at running and then sitting for like a half a second and hitting the server tick. Let's see if I can do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, a little early. 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and see, what you want to do is look at my mana numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and see, I'm hitting those ticks. The mana's jumping like I'm meditating the whole time. See? So I'm really good at that now. And I remember when I was doing the wizard before he was level 20, because I was really on top of that because I didn't have J-boots, but I needed to have Sal, because I also didn't have snare. So no J-boots means you need snare. So if you don't have snare, because I don't get snare till 29, you need the J-boots, but I didn't have J-boots because I'm under 20. So what I did is, on my shaman, I made some of those Sal pots, but the ones that I made, they were just 1 charge each. I didn't know how to make, I still don't know how to make the ones that carry a bunch of charges. So I had these 1 charge Sal pots, And I had a limited number of them. I'm like, I want to maximize the value on these things because they cost a little bit to make, not too much. And also I have a limited supply, and then I got to go through the process of making more and transferring them and etc. etc. So what I was doing was I was quadding gnolls in East Corona. There's a hill with like gnolls, and at night there's undead reavers. They're like gnoll reavers and undead reavers. Those of you familiar with the game probably know what I'm talking about. So I would pull them off the hill and I would quad them running in a straight line towards the bridge. That way, if anything's going wrong, I can just zone, you know? So I didn't want to waste any time of that sow because I was using sow pots and I was going to run out at some point. And I wanted to hit 20 before I had to make another batch. So after I finished quadding, I wouldn't do the sitting thing while I was quadding, but after I finished quadding, I had a long run back to the camp. So the whole way back, I'd be doing that sit for the ticks, so that I would, it made a big difference. Like if I didn't sit, you get 1 point of mana each tick. Instead, you sit, you get like 11 or 12. And if I do like 6 ticks along the way, that's a good amount of extra mana. I save myself 15 to 30 seconds of med time, which each quad, comes out to probably an extra quad per sow pot or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, the long story short is I got good at that. Came in handy later. A couple times during quads, I got resisted a bunch, and so I didn't have enough mana to finish mobs off, so I just keep running and doing the tick thing until I had the mana to finish them off. So, yeah. So as you can see, good grind scene now. If I want, which I am going to do, I got enough mana to kill another one. If I sit here and wait for number 1, I'm probably going to hit full mana, and then I'll be like 30 seconds to a minute before he spawns. So I'm just going to... Also, I like to get longer med times, because, if you're going to do the AFK dad camp thing, you want to be able to AFK as long as you can. So since we're not full mana, it's actually an opportunity to get started early on this guy, and that way the next med break is a maximum time one. Hopefully this will get my mana down to 20%ish, right? If things go badly enough, like I'm hoping for them to go badly. So then it's like, now I got a nice limit. Oh yeah, good, a root resist. That's, woo baby, it's exactly what I was hoping for, as stated. Thank you so much for that. I remember when I was lower, I was using Fear Undead, but the thing is, they're not snared. So I got J boots. But what I'd do is if things were getting nasty, I would Fear Undead them, and then I would just hope for the best. Like I'd hope they didn't range my nukes while they're running around. I would fear him and then nuke him one more time before I healed myself. Because usually when I feared him, it's because I needed to heal myself or something. Dang, root's breaking on every cast right now. It's okay, this is the last one anyway. Don't need to get the distance here. This is the last one. If he breaks root, he's running. Didn't break root though. So we're 14%, but if he taps me again, he might survive this nuke. He didn't though. Cool. So as you can see, we're very, very close to the next level. Don't take the rusty sites. They are worthless. We're very close to 42. Really wanting to push this guy, but not having very much opportunity to, since most of my friends don't have any characters in this level range. The only one I'm aware of is Wolfdar, and the character that he has in this level range is his cleric. So double cleric, I mean, it could work. I was thinking we could get a City of Mist group or something, but also my play times are so short, so it's not really conducive to grouping like that, because you want at least 2 hours if you're going to do a cleric group. People start to rely on you, you know what I mean? I did get a group in City of Mist. I did about 35-40% of this level there before I came here. See, their number 1 just popped right now. So look, we're about 20% mana, just like I said. Just had a mana tick, so I'm going to hit the stone a little bit. 55 is about right. They should be both approaching 100 when it's time. So yeah, here I am just blabbing on. I'm trying to get all my thoughts in. This is really a cool camp, but if you want to do cleric, I know it seems super slow, right? It seems super slow, but trust me, it's so easy. Right now I go do whatever I want. I got 6.5, 7 minutes of med time. If you're using that time and you're not worried about getting back here right when you hit full mana, there's no need to do that. Who cares if you sit here with full mana for a bit? Who cares if your buffs run out? You got J boots, those are infinite, and you don't need the HPAC buffs, or if you are inside at number 5, maybe you should keep up at least Valor. I was keeping up Valor and Armor of Faith, because you do take some hits there, but really you could probably pull it off without them, you know, if you're doing it right. Maybe instead of, maybe pull up a stun, so that when you know they're going to get you before you can root them, before you can get away, you can stun them and then get away and root them. I don't know. You know, kind of like an enchanter would for a charm break or something like that. But you know, it seems slow, but it really builds up. Like I came here at 41. I think it was less than a week ago, and I feel like I haven't played that much, really. But here I am at 95%, gonna hit 42. I'm halfway to getting his butt back over to City of Mist, and just trying to pick up groups, even if it's only for like an hour and a half. But again, I don't usually, when I do have that hour and a half playtime, somebody's on, like Wolfdar or somebody, and it's like, hey, let's do something together. And I got plenty of other things to do too. I'm still leveling Miana. Just started a monk, gave him a fungi and a haste belt, the Sash the Dragonborn. And he's been pretty fun, and want to get him up. We're planning on doing a little all monk group with fungis and stuff, you know, like just kicking butt. They would rip, you know, when we all have Feign Death. We're thinking like around level 15, maybe we could go to like Upper Guck and just do like a monk takeover. Because even if there's a lot of mobs, who cares? Like, we got Mend, we got Fungis, we can pass the aggro around if we have Feign Death. So someone's getting hit a lot, and then when they're low HP, they Feign Death, and then someone else getting hit a lot, and you can just go around through the whole group, 5, 6 monks. You know, by the time they get back to number 1, number 1's regen most of his HP anyway. And then, you know, Mend's pop here and there, so we think, and you know, we'd be ripping through the mobs because the DPS would be great as well. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully I can put some videos like that out for you guys. But here's Sendrith. Wanted to show you this camp. A little bit different with the Rubicite and the Mana Stone, granted, but and with the big mana pool. But really, you could come here at 39. You should come here at 40. 39 might be a bit too early, but like I said, I think undead nukes are much less resisted on this server in comparison to P99, so I think it'd be more viable. But one of the reasons I was able to pull it off at 39 was because of the undead dot. That was really crucial because it got better damage to mana ratio, and it was unresistible. So I'd use that maybe twice in a fight. Sometimes I would run out of mana, right? But the last thing I'd do would put a dot on him and root him, and then just chill and get out of life tap range, and the dot would slowly finish him off. I forget the name of that dot. But anyway, just wanted to give a shout out, guys. Really liking the idea of doing live streams for the boys sessions. That way there's a chat that's keeping me more aware of the audience, keeping me more in dialogue with the audience. Because when we're getting going with the boys, and it's been an hour and a half in, or usually I forget there's even I'm recording the video like 20 minutes in, not gonna lie. But let's say, especially by an hour and a half, it's like I don't even say anything to the camera for like straight hour and a half block in those videos. So if I was doing a live stream, I'd be much more aware of it, even if the chat wasn't popping. And I'm sure if I did a live stream, the chat would be popping a bit, and then that would kind of, you know, keep me engaged, and I think it would solve the problem that I've been feeling with those videos, because you've heard me complain about posting them, thinking I shouldn't post them, because I don't just want to post like, here's somebody playing EQ time. You're like watching like a ghost, you know. Anyway, here come the kids. You can hear them. I'll catch you guys on the next one.